This version of the game apparently has an entire second mystery called Roottreemania, where I think, yeah. Roottreemania, find out what happens to the infamous family in a whole new mystery. So, I don't know what this is. Roottreemania will spoil unlocked content. Make sure you've tied up any loose ends before starting. I'm pretty sure we tied up all the loose ends. Our loose ends are tied up, so let's do this. We're going to start an unused slot here. The root... They're loading. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Wait. Is this Clark Rafferty? It was Rafferty, right? The dude who cheated on his wife with his wife's sister. The, but now he's bald. Listen, as a bald man, I mean, sometimes bald is beautiful. Listen, if he just shaved whatever was going off here, what? Oh, no one could hear you. What? Oh no. All right, hold on, hold on. What? What? Why not? What happened? Sorry, everybody. I don't know why this isn't. Hold on. Hey, hey, come on. Hey, hey, Streamlabs. Hey. Can I not change this while I'm streaming? Hold on. Because, projector. No. Properties. Here we go. Hey, why'd you change, Let's try that now. Say something.
Hello, it's
There
me,
we
your
go.
good friend Kiwi. Can anybody hear me?
There we go. Now the meter's going up. Hey, Streamlabs, why'd you change the,
Why'd you change it,
why'd you
Streamlabs?
change the settings, Streamlabs? Why'd you do that?
Why would you do that?
Um, okay. Well, hey, we fixed it. That
Yay.
was weird and stupid. I hate it when
Well,
my
I have
computer.
to I
Good.
have to reiterate how excited I was when this man showed up.
Oh yeah, it's Clark.
It's Clark.
It's the adulterer. But we talked about how his hair was beautiful.
Yes, he had gorgeous hair in
At
the
one point,
70s and his adultery caused him to lose it.
I'm just gonna say, like, if he, like, as a bald man, if he had just shaved what's going on here and here, he would look a lot better.
Yeah, just give it up and embrace the bald
Just give it
lifestyle,
up.
sir.
Just give it up, man.
Yeah.
You've done well staying anonymous. It took us a while to track you down.
Oh God, they're here to kill me.
He's gonna kill us.
A lot has happened in the last year. Far too much of it public. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes too.
Do we not like? Do we not let people into our pad or something? Like, do we always conduct business on our porch
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock at night.
at 7 o'clock at night?
Or actually, it looks like it's
9:30.
9:30. Shit.
I'm not great with stress. And with my mother's deteriorating
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here because part of the fallout of Sam's book is that everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Now that it's public knowledge, the Clansed Trust covers any Roottree despite their history with us. A lot of potential cousins.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, everyone be fucking, man. Everyone's just got a million hidden babies. There's so many bastards.
Oh my god, so many.
There's so many
You may have
bastards.
seen that man on the cover of News Time. That was a disaster for us.
We've seen that man.
And then
Who's that
Miracle
man?
made it all about himself.
Of course he did.
Shocking.
The long and short of it is a lot of potential cousins just showed up. Sam's helping some of them, but she's not really going about it the right way. And she's not taking calls from anyone in the family.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her.
I let
After
it
her
slip
tell-all
for a mutual
book.
friend that I found you, and I was stopping in.
You let it slip through a mutual friend? I don't like that you're...
It's
No.
manipulative, but I'm hoping she'll reach out to you. You can let her know I'm on her side.
I'm when you just come right out and say that it's manipulative, like, I'm not really inclined to do much of anything.
In the meantime, if you're willing, I can share our files with you. Pass them along to Sam if she reaches out. I'm genuinely hoping she'll realize I'm an ally. Feel free to do your own research. I've been told you enjoy things like this. To each their own.
I do like doing my own research.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for this.
All right. Well.
Oh my gosh. Look at that whole new tree under the main tree.
There's a whole new tree.
Possible infidelity.
Possible infidelity 3.
3. How many are there?
That's a terrible movie name. Possible infidelity 1.
1921. Damn.
Possible infidelity 2. This time it's personal. Possible infidelity 3. Electric Boogaloo.
First affair, final affair. Oh my god, multiple affairs.
Oh my god.
Wait, 5 affairs?
What? Jesus Christ!
Whoa.
This is juicy as shit.
Yeah, no, I'm glad Clark showed up. I don't care what his motivation is. I can't wait to dig into this.
I just want all the tea. There's an entire fucking tea party here.
Oh my god, this is like 2 or 3 tea parties.
You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. Okay, you'll have to be extra sleuthy this time around to deduce the truth. Pay close attention to what you find and be sure to look into loose ends. My god!
I feel like the smooth jazz is especially appropriate now.
How much? Okay.
Oh my god. So we've got 4...
Wait.
cheaters.
This person is also on the original tree, married to...
Ooh.
Oh! Oh, shit.
Man, it's almost like people with money will do unethical shit because they think they can get away with it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Is this
You're right, Hillary.
This is the... Are the Roottrees the British crown of fucking corporate America?
Of fucking Candy Corporation?
Oh my god.
Well, fucking is right for sure.
Oh my
Goddamn.
god. Oh my god. All right, let's go. I'm
Let's
ready
go.
to do this. What is this? Reminders. Okay. This is a new investigation with a new focus. After many months of newfound interest in the Roottrees, it is recommended you try to catch up with some of what happened since last time, since web searches may yield new or different results. And some books and magazines from your previous investigation may be relevant to your new one. It's also a much more widespread search. The list of first and last names you can choose from will contain red herrings. Not all of them will be used. Below is a reminder of some of the most notable beats on your initial dive into the Roottree family tree. All evidence from before is still available, and for your convenience, any searches that do not lead to new information still function as they did during your first investigation. The Roottree Candy Company was founded by Elias and Gwyneth many years ago. The entire family has a financial reliance on the health of the company. Most of the action took place in or around Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the company was initially located. Most of the action, indeed. Elias, Carl, and Raina were on the cover of magazines. Other notable Roottrees, such as Lauren Roottree, Miracle Roottree, and Jim Roottree, had physical media such as record albums, books, and movies associated with them. Lauren's 2 diaries were probably the most useful resources overall, mentioning many of her relatives directly. The 5 pieces, Elias's children, could be identified based on the initials of the original candy flavors. There were 5 presidents of the Roottree Company. Many were featured in periodicals. Caroline Morden, Stephanie Jones, and Brian Jones were featured in campaign posters and led to Caroline's art book, which enabled you to fill out more of the tree. Many of the younger Rootrees were found by following a complex rabbit hole through a conspiracy site that led to finding a searchable web address to Chris Rafferty, Lauren's grandson, Chris Raff 75. November Roottree was really difficult to place. Her occupation could only be found via Brian Jones's company website. Ronald and his brother Robert Roottree go by Ron and Robbie. Both worked on a TV show called Brother Trouble until Robbie embezzled money and fled to Paris.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, Ron unsuccessfully tried to have Robbie removed from the Clanton Trust. Sam and her father were cryptically mentioned in a book about historical letters. There were also a few dead ends and red herrings. Aloysius Herring Roottree, who claimed he was a Roottree but was not.
Yes, the original red herring.
Family Man, a book by Elias Roottree, turned out to be propaganda and not useful. I don't remember even finding that.
I don't either.
Lauren's other books, historical romance novels, were not very useful on their own, though could lead to other information. Caroline Morden's sculptures were not useful.
Damn.
Okay. All right.
What's next?
Notable events. Today is August 3rd, 1999. It has been 8 months since you helped Sam Madsen with the research necessary for her book. Sam was true to her word and paid you an incredibly large sum of money, and we still live in this POS flat.
I mean, if it's comfortable and the mortgage is reasonable, why not?
Yeah, I guess. She never mentioned you by name, however, so you managed to keep a low profile. Nobody noticed that I had millions of dollars put into my bank account.
Maybe that's why we didn't.
Maybe that's why. The Roottrees, on the other hand, have not. Below is a summary of notable events since the book's release, though you can refresh your memory in full detail by searching online. 6 pieces. Sam Madsen's book about Elias Roottree was released in February. It was a bestseller for a few months. At the time, Carl had not yet been replaced. The Roottree Rift. In March, the Roottree company stumbled publicly as they attempted to respond to the book's release with multiple conflicting press releases and a clear lack of leadership. Man, we just ripped apart this entire candy conglomerate.
Yeah, we did.
Clark,
I don't feel bad.
I don't either. Clark Rafferty LaRue. Clark was announced as the permanent successor to Carl Roottree. Oh, shit! And welcomed Sam Madsen to the family officially. The company hired an outside legal group to handle the changes to the Clanshead Trust. This included any other new questions of lineage. 5 Ps.
5 Ps.
5 Ps. After this announcement, there was a rash of different people claiming to be Roottrees, mostly dismissed as opportunists and scammers. The highest profile of these, by a wide margin, was a rapper named Felix Fellows, who changed his moniker to 5 Ps as a publicity move at the same time. 5 Ps is the only notable person on the updated tree. Roottreemania. In another high-profile misstep, Miracle Roottree publicly and vehemently denied that 5 Ps was a Roottree. He's a Roottree. The Roottrees' legal team then offered to do a DNA test to get 5 Ps to drop his claim, and in a moment that caught what seemed like the entire world by storm, the test proved he was a Roottree. Suddenly, the world was obsessed with the Roottrees. Anonymom and Jane Doe Roottree. In July, an anonymous woman, who the press began to refer to as Anonymom, appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a Roottree led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Roottree. If true, this would make her daughter yet another secret Roottree, and therefore entitled to a share of the Clanshead Trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter of the Roottreemania saga. As more and more of Anonymom's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5 Ps in nearly every significant way. The court of public opinion began to turn, confirming the world's... Of course, like, we're going to believe the dude and not the mom.
Mm-hmm.
The court of public opinion began to turn, confirming the world's suspicions. The DNA test, orchestrated by lawyers on both sides, proved that her daughter was not a Roottree. This final event caused a public disappointment, smugness from doubters, and countless accusations of the entire ordeal being an elaborate hoax or attempt at fraud. Things got a bit ugly, and the fun of Roottreemania seemed to disappear overnight. Now, a month later, it feels like a distant memory. Shock.
Okay, then.
I'm shocked, I say sarcastically.
What a surprise.
Ugh.
Okay, one more piece of evidence.
All right. What else we got? Oh. It's Clark at the door. Today, August 3rd, 1999. There was a knock at your door. Clark Rafferty LaRue, the current president of the Roottree Candy Company, explained that multiple people have come out of the woodwork to claim to be Roottrees. He has been trying to work with Sam, but she has not answered his calls. He also handed you a letter that he said you could share with Sam that said the following. To both of you. The company I hired to help us with the Clanshead Trust is busy pouring through the entire family's history, as well as people they may have had contact with. That said, the family is not particularly happy with this, and are doing their best to slow things down. Many of them are actively avoiding our interviews. Every time there's a high-profile public case, it causes headaches. So please, I don't mind if you do your research, but I ask that you stop going to the press. Instead, we have a highly trained team of lawyers to back you up. We're ready and willing to verify anyone and everyone you believe could be realistically part of a relationship that led to the birth of a new root tree. Just tell us who to investigate by filling in the new sections of the tree, and we'll take the time to handle verifying that the timeline checks out. But keep in mind why we're here. If someone didn't have a child or has already been disqualified by our lawyers, like in the case of the girl with the negative DNA test, there won't be a place for them on the tree. We're not just looking for affairs and infidelities, we're only looking for the ones that led to potential new root trees. Some spots in the new section will be marked with a tree icon. Those areas are reserved for members of the original family tree you filled in 8 months ago. Just like last time, be sure to use birth names for everyone you add. Married names or nicknames won't be enough. To start sorting out the infidelities, I recommend you turn your eyes to the men in positions of power. I'd love to say that's only because it would have been a lot harder for the women to hide 9 months of pregnancy and birth without the family noticing, but I can't. I'll be blunt. I'm no stranger to infidelity. I wish
we know.
Yeah, we dug that up. I wish I could claim that I was a perfect husband, but you've seen the family tree, so why pretend? Some of us learned how to wield our family name and fortune to our benefit. Consequences be damned. I can't change the past or unhurt those who I betrayed. Instead, all I can do is be honest with myself and to you. Refuse to make any more mistakes and do my best to sort out the various messes we've left behind. So please, fill in the tree. And together we can figure out how to begin to make amends. Good luck, and thank you both. I hope this is genuine.
I just have to say, I really hate it when people excuse their infidelity as a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake.
Right.
No, a mistake is putting salt in your in your cookie dough instead of sugar. That's a mistake. Willfully choosing to cheat on your partner is not a mistake. That is a decision. People only say they made a mistake when they have to deal with the consequences of their decision.
God.
Anyway.
All right,
Let's go.
let's see here. Let's see. I guess we should start with the notable events. Let's go with 6 pieces. That's the name of the book by Sam.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have our library.
Oh, because we have to connect to the internet first. We're not connected.
Oh, okay.
We haven't connected to the internet in 8 months.
Oh, that's right. The internet drops desktop shortcuts on our desktop.
Right. There it is.
There they are. Okay.
Okay. So it was Sam. What was her? It was Morden. I want to say it was Morden.
I think Madsen.
Madsen. Yes, Sam Madsen. Morden was someone else.
Yeah, that was Caroline, the artist.
Right. And it was 6 piece.
Yeah.
I probably typed that wrong. 6 pieces.
Is it case sensitive? Okay, no, it's not.
No, I just needed the S. Okay. Published 1999, hardcover nonfiction. Sam Madsen's book was released earlier this year and details the truth about Elias Roottree as well as Sam's fathers, Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller. You helped verify her story. So much of the book's core contents are familiar to you. That said, Sam had some sections on other family secrets and rumors. Much of it didn't matter to the primary purpose of the book, and some of it is new to you and may be important to your new search. These sections have been added to your notes. All right, what do we got? Aha! 6 pieces.
Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family. Wow.
Sam's book has a few different passages about her own history with the company and the rumors and gossip she collected during that tenure. She ran the farm for a period starting around 1968 after the death of Elias Roottree until her daughter Gwyneth took over in 1984. Most of the relevant rumors coincide with the reign of Guy Hudson, who took over as president in 1978. Sam was very much not a fan of Guy, and according to 6 Pieces, it was an open secret within the family that Guy was very much not a fan of remaining faithful to his wife, Patricia. Many of their hires at the time were young single women, and Guy often spent a lavish amount of money on private parties. This was 20 years ago, and Sam warns that most of it is hearsay. Still, you find the following information that may be relevant. One of Sam's farm supervisors was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, but who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. According to Elizabeth, a caterer from a local restaurant called Antonellis met her daughter at one of Guy's parties, and they eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. Elizabeth wasn't aware that the party was for swingers. Rumor has it that her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. Guy's main positive contribution to the company involved expanding to markets previously untapped by Roottree. However, when he went on trips overseas, they were often for weeks at a time, and Guy was known for spending more time and money on unofficial business than meetings with distributors and manufacturers. It was said that he bribed at least one politician to open a factory in Brazil. There is also a section where Sam speculates that Elias may have also cheated on Gwyneth. Gwyneth was always much kinder to Sam than Elias was, and was the first to invite Sam to family events. While she has no hard evidence, Sam always got the impression that Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias into allowing Sam back into the family using some kind of leverage, instead of it being a natural course of events. She mentioned that Elias and Gwyneth were known to loudly argue, sometimes about another woman. Sam always says her son Ernie once asked her, "Who's Beth?" because he overheard them yelling about someone with that name. As far as Sam knows, Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth, a different Elizabeth from the supervisor from the farm, but she never met her. Okay.
Damn.
So, let's just start off with 6 pieces real quick.
So that was the OG Elias?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Damn.
Let's just see what we get here, because based off of what we got, this is helpful. Possible Infidelity 1, 1921. So,
yeah, I guess he'd be the only one to be,
was founded in 1908, like...
Okay, oh, well, maybe his older sons, but still, that's...
Maybe.
Huh. It's almost like rich families are Garbo.
So, yeah, I think... Okay. So, let's see what we could suss out here. That was not what I wanted to do.
That's okay.
I wanted this. 6 pieces. Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family by Sam Madsen was released in early 1999, and perhaps assisted by the still relatively recent plane crash, shot up to the top of the charts. Reviews were mixed, and its time on the bestsellers list was limited to only 2 months. Most reviewers agreed that the core of the book, about Samantha's fathers and the struggles they faced, was compelling, and that the takedown of the hypocrisy of Elias Roottree was deserved. However, many took umbrage with the timing of the release and the tone of the book, which seemed vindictive. The fallout from the book led to the Roottree company scrambling to release a statement, and due to a conflict of leadership, famously released multiple conflicting official statements over 3 days. This confusing move was referenced in popular culture due to a late-night sketch about indecisionitis, but more traditional analysts have been calling it the Roottree Rift. A few months later, due to Roottreemania, the book re-entered the charts and sold even better than the first time.
Damn.
Yeah, 2 months on the bestsellers list in 1999 is you're set. You're set for fucking life. Exactly.
Yeah, no wonder she gave us all of her Roottree money. She didn't need it.
Let's just see what we can get. Here we go. Since 6 pieces, the candy company has placed much less of an emphasis on Elias as a historical brand-connected figure. But there have also been those who have argued that it was his right to decide how to split his inheritance and that he did nothing wrong. This has led to some heated television exchanges and countless op-eds. The first Anderson Maple Farm only used to be a popular tourist attraction during the summer months when it had special tours. However, it has since seen an explosion of off-season business as some religious and political groups decided to visit to show support for Elias and Gwyneth's traditional values and financial rights. This rise in support was in turn followed by pickets from gay rights activists when some particularly inflammatory organizations made their pilgrimages. Amongst all this conflict, the farm has since shut down, seemingly indefinitely. The website says, "Check back later," but has no date listed. The quotes from Bess Williams' book appear to have been taken down. I don't remember Bess Williams' book.
I don't either.
Huh.
Oh, the Floozies? That's
Huh?
right. Jim's daughter had a band.
Oh yeah, the Floozies. Bess Williams was an author born in the late 1800s. She lived just outside of Miami and died tragically young in a major hurricane that struck the area in 1926. Bess has a minor history with the Roottrrees. Her only notable book, Family Man, is widely considered blatant propaganda about Elias Roottree. Oh, okay.
Oh.
It had been all but forgotten until recently when it was re-released during the height of Roottreemania. There's a site dedicated to hurricane statistics that also mentions Bess Williams. But the Boca Doro Library, not far from where she lived, was partially destroyed in the hurricane. When they rebuilt, they named the nonfiction section after her. The library was expanded again in 1950 and then closed in 1963 when multiple larger libraries opened in the surrounding area that made it redundant. I'm going to look this up real quick because...
Yeah.
Bess Williams was a very poorly received book about Elias Roottree. There are a few copies of the original published in 1920, but it was recently republished by the same publishing company that printed Lauren's Diary for schools. It seems they wish to capitalize on Roottreemania. It did not work. Okay.
But can we find a copy in the public library?
Right. Family Man. And Bess Williams.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, the fact that she's extolling the virtues of Elias Roottree through propaganda, is Bess short for Elizabeth?
I think it is, yeah. I think that's one way to shorten Elizabeth.
Okay. The dictionary defines propaganda as information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. But if they were to replace that definition with a picture, it would be a picture of this book. The book tells you nothing new about Elias, and from what you know of his true feelings, towards some of his extended family, you're not sure it tells you anything true about Elias either. The reissue of this book was so lazy that they reused the famous photo of Elias from Business Watch, whose copyright had expired. The best thing it has going for it is that it is only 85 pages long.
Damn, what a burn.
But like, why is there's two intuitions on this? Huh. Okay.
85 pages of vomit. I wonder if Business Watch has anything new to say.
Maybe. And also, I might even try, just, let's do Family Man. Alright, now we'll try Elias. Okay. Oh, I like this.
Oh, that's good.
That's great. Let's just... Teen Blast.
Teen Blast. No, it doesn't seem likely she'd be in any of those.
No.
Born in the late 1800s and she died in 1926. And she lived in Florida. So she wouldn't be in the local paper.
The one is... Alright, let me just...
Oh, cool. And you can look at the older one, too. Do you see the little yellow banner at the top? There's an older version of this page in the time travel.
Oh,
archive.
yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, awesome. We did kind of find it when we played last.
Yeah, we
but
did.
We couldn't find it because there was no copy available.
Alright.
Very cool.
Let me just... Oh, you know what? The Boca Doro Library no longer exists. You find multiple libraries in the area. According to the website for the library system in Miami, the building where it once sat is now the Miami Print Museum. Searching for the Miami Print Museum, you come across their website. It states their hours and a list of exhibits. The building is very small, admission is free, and they only have room for a few different displays. One of the exhibits is their courtyard, which includes a fountain as well as a statue of an unknown author. The picture has been added to your evidence. Another is a printing press that was used by the Miami Sunday, a now defunct weekly newspaper. The last is the original print of Cuba by Cubans, an art book. Well, hold on. We're going to copy that. Son of a bitch.
Aw.
I was hoping, but let's see what we got. What did we get?
Yeah, unknown author.
This is a statue in front of the Miami Print Museum, formerly the Bocadoro Library, north of Miami. It sits in the courtyard, and according to their site, is said to be of an unknown author. Interesting.
Yeah. If that's supposed to be Bess Williams, that's a pretty scandalous outfit for her to be in that statue. You can see her calves.
I know. Completely improper.
Yep. And her arms. Damn. She's showing so much skin. What a hussy.
You know, let's just... No, I don't think so. What was the Bocadoro? I feel like there's more here. There's a printing press that was used by the Miami Sunday. You know what? Let's do this. The Miami Sunday has no records that you could find online or in your periodical search. It merged with another periodical and became the Miami Mercury Sunday, which folded after only 1 year.
Okay, but that's still a year.
It is. The Miami Mercury Sunday was a newspaper that lasted only a year from 1949 to 1950. You find a small website about quirky printing history facts that mentions that the Miami Mercury Sunday was the outcome of merging two smaller failing newspapers. This resulted in one larger failing newspaper, which was only notable to the author because by combining the names in the way they did, it was tied for the longest title for an American newspaper at the time, with a newspaper in Jefferson, Texas. Okay, no, I want this over here.
Doesn't the game automatically add periodicals when you come across one that you can use in the periodical search?
You have to like successfully search with it.
Oh, okay.
One larger failing newspaper, which was only notable to the author. All right.
Well, one of the smaller failing newspapers. Well, I guess what was the first one? The Miami Sunday?
Yeah. So Miami Mercury. Aha!
Aha!
There we go.
Oh, there's the periodical we need.
The Miami Mercury is a now defunct newspaper that merged with the Miami Sunday. The resulting newspaper, the Miami Mercury Sunday, went out of business. It seems at some point during this process, it was at least partially archived and available via your periodical search. There we go.
Great.
Miami Mercury.
Bess Williams.
Bess Williams. The Miami Mercury had an article about the Bess Williams section in the Bocadoro Library when it was being built in 1928. It mentions that Bess's young son, now an orphan, was in attendance during the dedication. It also had a later mention from 1949, the last year the paper existed, about a bidding war for a planned expansion of the library in 1950. The bidding was won by Wildcat Construction and included a new statue, fountain, and a second room that would double its shelf count. Wildcat Construction is listed in some historical records as having worked on many buildings in the Miami, Florida area. It seems to have ceased operations in the 1960s. Oh, God, all right.
Okay, well, let's not overlook the fact that Bess had one son, a young son.
Wildcat Construction was mentioned once in an article you've already seen about the expansion of the Bocadoro Library. It was also mentioned earlier in 1947 under the headline Constructing a Better World. Frank Wildcat Williams left Florida in 1941 a construction worker and returned a hero. He won the Navy Cross for his bravery and sacrifice, having carried a fellow soldier to safety under heavy Nazi fire. Now he and his wife Ophelia are carrying his fellow soldiers through tough times at home. Wildcat Construction is Frank's company, focused on creating opportunities for soldiers finding difficulty getting back to normal. Ophelia has handled outreach to the wives of local veterans, who are often able to provide insight into their husbands' needs and conditions. She has, through such outreach, found 13 veterans of the war to serve as Frank's employees. The community support has been unendingly and overwhelmingly positive. It has gotten to the point where if Frank bids on a project, other local companies have decided to step back and let his soldiers handle it. This has become a bit of a sore spot for local politicians and business owners, as the bids are often not as low as they expected. The problem for them is that essentially Frank has a selective monopoly, but any attempt to circumvent it has caused an uproar and accusations of being un-American. It's uncertain what will become of Wildcat Construction, but at least for now we're rooting for them. Huh.
I mean, that's just capitalism, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
Why aren't they happy when capitalism works the way it's supposed to work?
Because it's not working for them.
Let the best man win. Actually, I really like that little nugget of information, how he's got like this company made up of veterans and other construction companies kind of defer to him just to benefit the fucking veterans, as they should.
Right. Okay. Like, we're pretty sure that this is her, right?
We're pretty sure.
Like, that seems like a given right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Bess Williams, unknown or author.
Oh, this is interesting. They're doing it this way. Okay.
We can mark her kid as unknown male because we know it was a son.
Right.
Just to have a little placeholder.
Oh, we could do unknown. Oh, okay.
Unknown male, I think, is the way they had it set up.
I don't see an unknown male.
Type in male?
Nope.
Oh, can you just put unknown?
Well, it says unknown name already, so.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine.
All right.
Well, no, I wanted to like mark it as male specifically because it was a son, but I guess it's not going to let us do that this time. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Huh. All right. Did we look up the Miami Print Museum?
I don't think so. I kind of wonder if it's just gonna, do that.
You know what? No, I want to... Oh, we don't have an author for that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's see if I can just get anything. I'm curious. Come on. Cuba by Cubans is a book of paintings of Cuba released in 1963. It's credited to Marcia Barbin. At first glance, it doesn't seem related to your search in any way. At first
glance.
Hold on now. Okay, but now we have her name. Marcia Barbin. Is it? I should have just copied it. Marcia. You know, I should just fucking copy it. I just keep forgetting how to spell it. Copy. Paste. It was Cuba by Cubans?
By Cubans, yeah.
Cuba by Cubans is a book of paintings of Cuba. On second glance, it still doesn't seem related to your search in any way. Hey, Roottrees! Hey, Roottrees!
Hey, game.
Hey! Hey!
That's pretty funny.
Hey, fuck you. Alright. What else?
Well played, Roottrees.
Well-
Well played.
Well fucking played, Roottrees.
You got us.
The Roottree Legacy. Bess Williams. Bess Williams. Like, there's more here. The Roottree Legacy. Let's look that up. Okay.
I love that last paragraph. It did not work.
It did not work. Is there like a... I wish there was like a review or something like that where we could type up like, hey, who reviewed this? Like, why did everyone say it was so bad?
Mm-hmm.
Because that'll be... Last from Business Watch. You know what? Let's just see what comes up. I forget if we did this.
I think
No.
we did. Yeah, nothing relevant.
Yeah. We did that. You know what? I didn't think so. Alright, maybe we come back. Don't want to spend too long on one thing.
Yeah.
What other notable things here do we have? The Roottree Rift. The 3 press releases from the Roottree Candy Company after the release of 6 pieces were referred to as the Roottree Rift due to the unclear conflicts between them. The first was fairly standard. It stated that there was no president of the Roottree Company, but that the entire family was made aware of the release of the book, and that they would be meeting as soon as possible. Only then could they verify the legitimacy of the claims it raised and decide next steps. The second release was emailed to business newspapers 3 hours later and announced that after a vote, Ron Roottree would be taking over temporarily as an interim president. It also went on to state that Ron was aware of the book, had verified the claims within, and would look into compensating Mrs. Madsen and her family immediately. It also stated that the company lawyers would be taking immediate steps with the family to revisit the Clans and Trust's terms to make sure nothing like this could happen again. It was quickly clear to business reporters and analysts that the time between the 2 press releases would not have been logistically sufficient to gather a majority of the family, even using conference calls. This was reported on many news channels, and a third, much shorter press release came the next day. It claimed that a draft of the announcement was made prematurely, and that Clark Rafferty LaRue and Ron Roottree would be taking over as the company's first joint presidents. It also stated that any compensation plan would be based on a stringent verification process.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know what? Let's revisit the Clans and Trust.
Yeah.
Okay. After the release of 6 pieces by Sam Madsen, the Clans and Trust came under heavy scrutiny. Sam, her children, and her grandchildren should have all been covered under the trust, according to the wording revealed during an internal family conflict between Ron and Robbie Roottree. It seems that those who wrote the trust, Clancy Edward Roottree, at the direction of Elias Roottree, purposely deceived the rest of the family about the exact details of how it worked, in an attempt to keep Sam and her father, Edward Clancy, his own twin brother, in comparative poverty. Oof. Because the rest of the family made money hand over fist, they had very little motivation to question their understanding.
Yeah.
This is fucking fascinating. It's awful, but also fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's book revealed this to the public, and it did not go over well. Clark Rafferty LaRue took over the company, and his most celebrated move was his first official one. He ensured Sam's family would get their share. To help facilitate this, the inheritance aspect of the trust is now under the control of a third party, Ruby Legal Enterprises. This ensures that the financial motivations of Roottree family members will not interfere with the investigations into potential new Roottrees. According to Clark's letter, however, some family members are still doing their best to slow the investigation by refusing to answer questions. Well, now here we are. What do we have here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're rubbernecking. We are absolutely rubbernecking. Ruby Legal Enterprises is the name of the law firm that has been hired by the Roottree Candy Company. The company is named after its head lawyer, Ruby Spratt. You can't find much about the company from before this year, though all of the articles tell the same tale. After the fiasco of Six Pieces and the revelation that the Rootree's internal law group was complicit in such a cover-up, they hired outside counsel. The Ruby Legal Enterprise Group now seems to have ties to multiple aspects of the Roottree Corporation, including the Candy Company and Root. They were recently in the news due to a high-profile lawsuit they raised against Cicely Sanchez. Well, we've got a couple of things to look
Who's
at here.
this?
First off,
Ruby Spratt.
Ruby Spratt, like her legal company, is relatively elusive. The most complete source of information you can find from before her time with the Roottrrees is from the website for a magazine owned by a major airline. She was the subject of one article from a recurring series about modern-day success stories. Ruby grew up in foster care, but excelled at school and earned a scholarship to study at Mideastern University. There, she graduated at the top of her legal class and was quickly hired as a lawyer for a prominent firm. There are a few high-profile corporate-involved cases she was a part of. One was as a legal consultant for a class-action lawsuit against a manufacturer of steering wheel covers. Another was to help a local gas station chain in her hometown of Portland with the rollout of a promotion that allowed gas station customers the ability to bet on the price of gas. That seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it does.
The blurb ends by calling her new firm a double threat. Her company's services are a cross between a traditional lawyer and a PR manager.
Yeah, I was noticing foster care as well, Hillary.
Yeah, I also noticed foster care.
Yeah, sus.